Fan Bingbing. She becomes one of the most beloved actresses of all time. And then all of a sudden she gets blacklisted by the industry, all because she kind of fucks around and messes with the wrong person. I've never seen someone's career get canceled like this. I mean, she gets involved in a bit of drama, and this talk show host made it their life mission to take down Fan Bingbing, and he succeeded. And all because she kind of side tweeted him. Fan Bingbing stars in a movie. She ends up winning basically the China's equivalent to an Oscar, and the movie was called Cell Phone. The movie is about a TV host who is the voice of the nation. Everybody loves him, but behind closed doors he's cheating on his wife with a young attractive woman, Fan Bingbing, and it's about him trying to basically gaslight and manipulate his wife and keep his affair going. There's no redeeming qualities about this character. So this movie is gonna be the start of her career. She's gonna get famous. This is like the peak, but it's also gonna come back and be the end of her career as she knows it. But as her acting career grew, like, everyone just kind of wanted to take her down. So she started having a ton of scandals. Primarily, it was like scandals of her allegedly sleeping with producers. There was also rumors that she was dating Jackie Chan, and people felt like they wanted to attribute her entire career to Jackie Chan. There's a picture of them sitting side by side at an award ceremony. Everything seems normal, completely fine, but there's a picture of Fan Bingbing and Jackie Chan where you can see under the table, and it looks like Fan Bingbing is holding his hand. So netizens picked this picture apart, and they came up with a few different explanations. Some stated that they were holding hands because they were dating. Some stated that Jackie Chan was trying to put his hand on her leg and she stopped him. Some said that she stopped him because it's like, ew, gross, dude, what are you doing? Others stated that she stopped him because she's like, no, we can't blow our cover. What I see with all of her scandals is they consistently wanted to make it that she was dating someone and that would explain her success rather than just giving her the kudos. Yeah, so people are like, no, she's gotta be forking someone for this. And it was like, no, maybe if you stopped caring so much, she wouldn't be as famous. But like, clearly she's having an effect on people, so what's going on? She had her feud with Li Bingbing, and she had one with Wang Soo. She worked on a movie called I Am Not Madame Bovary, and the production of this movie, all in, I think they spent like $10 million, something crazy.
It was famous.
Failed. At least box office. I don't know if it did well later in like streaming services, but box office numbers were not what they were expecting. Mainly because AMC theaters, controlled by Wonder Group, refused to give the movie good time slots. They played it, you know, but not in prime hours. Like, just imagine you want to go watch this movie and they're like, okay, you can either do 9 a.m. on Monday or like 1 a.m. on Tuesday. And you're like, well, I have to go to work, and who the is gonna go watch a movie at 1 a.m. I'm not going to that. I guess I'm gonna watch this other movie at 7 p.m. after work. It was bizarre. I mean, it was so atrocious. It looked very, very, very planned out by the Wanda Group. It's speculated that Huayi Entertainment had been headhunting one of Wanda Group's most high valuable executives. So this was their way to get payback. Yeah, and then Wang Soo started going after Fan Bingbing. His famous tweet where he said, there are celebrities and actors. They're completely different. Actors are like teachers. Celebrities are like red carpet statues. They have no scale, no notable films, and are famous due to gossip and hype, like Fan Bingbing. Side note, Fan Bingbing kills it on the red carpet, so I mean, I guess that kind of proves his point, but not really. Okay, she can do both, but wait, 잠깐만. This is wild because, like I mentioned, his dad owns AMC Theaters, so it's not like he's just talking about celebrity gossip while he's a billionaire in like the healthcare industry. He's literally a major player in the movie industry, in the entertainment industry, and he's out here feuding people. But Fan Bingbing was not just gonna let him get away with it. She commented back, "You can go back to your daddy, and I can go back to my job, and looks like both of us are progressing in our careers." Everyone in her career, for so long, they were like, we think that you're dating producers and directors and mother Jackie Chan. But like, who are you really dating? And she came out and was like, oh, you know what? I will tell you who I'm dating once Huang Xiaoming gets married, who was like just f***ing around at that time.
Huang Xiaoming, which is
Angelababy's husband.
Oh
so
God.
Then she said that, and what do you know? He gets married to Angelababy, and she keeps her word. She announces her relationship days later. So she publicly announces her relationship with actor Li Chen. He was nowhere near as big as Fan Bingbing, but I don't think anyone would have been. Like, she was literally the GOAT. But he is a permanent member of China's Running Man, which also Angelababy is. And this is where wordplay comes in. On the show Running Man, Li Chen was known to literally be the muscle of the group, like physically very strong. And they nicknamed him Big Black Cow, But because while he was dating Fan Bingbing, she had all these dating scandals, people started calling him Green Cow. Green is kind of an insult in China. It's basically associated with being cheated on and disrespected by your partner.
We call it, are you wearing a green hat?
Yeah.
Meaning you got cheated on.
So he was Green Cow. But they never let this get to them. They were very publicly affectionate, and in 2017 he proposed and on Fan Bingbing's 36th birthday, and she said yes. In 2018, Fan Bingbing starts working on a new movie called Cell Phone 2. It's a comeback after like 15 years. 15 years later! So remember the Cell Phone movie is about a host that's cheating on his wife? There was so much drama about that movie when it came out because there was a real-life TV host named Cui Yong-yuan.
Cui Yong-yuan.
Yeah, we're gonna call him Yong, okay? And Yong was a well-known real-life TV host, so think Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Ellen DeGeneres, like that type of well-known, what's his name? James Corden, that level. And his whole shtick, he had a very particular way of hosting. So everyone has their different styles. He had a very, very noticeable style. Keep this in mind. He would be on air every Sunday, and he was like this wholesome man that wasn't even controversial in the slightest. He knew how to make jokes that were never a little bit aggressive or anything. It was just like perfectly wholesome. Parents would even let their kids watch. He would talk about everyday topics and be so knowledgeable, and he was really like a national treasure. I'm talking big. He was getting like 32 million live viewers. So when the writers were done scripting Cell Phone, the first movie, this is in the past, they try to get Yong to play the character in the movie. So of course he was kind of intrigued, and he was like, oh, like that's interesting, you guys are doing a movie about a TV host and I'm a TV host in real life, so I mean that could open doors in the acting world. I want to be involved. So they kind of talk to him about his thoughts, and they get his whole mindset. They're like, okay, like well, how do you do the morning routine? What's your life as a TV host? Like give me the biggest struggles. How do you get over like anxiety of hosting? And they literally picked his whole brain, and he gave them all the answers. He was just so passionate. It was very cool to be involved in something like this. And then they were like, okay, that's all we need from you now. And he's like, oh, like, are you guys gonna, make it good? They're like, yeah, don't worry about it. You're gonna love it when it comes out. Movie comes out, and it's about the main character is a TV host that the nation loves, but he's also a cheater, gaslighter, manipulator, and he has no redeeming qualities. Everything about his unique hosting style was copied in the movie. Everyone thought it was him. Everyone thought he was the inspiration behind the character. And even though a lot of the actors and actresses would come out and say, no, like, I know people are going to think that it's inspired by him, but it has nothing to do with him. Of course, people are going to be like, you guys probably were inspired by him. And maybe you guys are all connected in the industry, and you know that he's, like, cheating on his wife because he was married. He's cheating on his wife, and you guys made a whole movie plot about it. Like, this is probably real to some extent. Like, people were canceling him for nothing. And he's like, my life is ruined. People are commenting that my wife is a green hat. I don't know. They probably weren't saying that, but they were like, oh my God, your husband is cheating on you. They know nothing about this man. His whole career was ruined. His image was basically ruined because of a movie, a fictional movie. He had literal, real financial drawbacks from a fictional movie that he wasn't even in. Think about that. He said he had so much trauma from this. I mean, all he did every day was go out there and say, this is not about me. The damage was done. People moved on. Fan Bingbing got her award. People were like, this is the best movie ever. And then they completely forgot about it. And then 15 years later, the director says, hey, it's 2018. Guess what movie you guys love? Oh yeah, you love Cell Phone? Well, we're coming out with Cell Phone 2. It's going to be the 15-year reunion, and we're reuniting and learning new things from the past. So in 2018, when Yong hears this, he had worked his image back up, and he thought it was all over, and he was enraged. When he heard that there was going to be another movie, he reached out to the screenwriter and asked them, you know what, stop the productions, okay? Because if you were going to harm my ability to make money and ruin my reputation once more after I spent 15 years building it back up, absolutely not. This is how she got exposed and basically had to pay $130-something plus million. Oh, you're like, what? What? Let me tell you. So he warns the writer, think twice before proceeding. So people were like, we're going to make the video. So they responded to him, and they straight up lied to him. They said, don't worry. The title of the movie isn't even Cell Phone 2. We just did that for promo. It's going to be called Friend Group. It's got nothing to do with you or talk show host. So Jung tried to talk to him about all the things that happened. You know, he had a young family at the time. He had kids that heard about it and they thought that their dad had done this, and that's why there was a movie on it. You know, his wife and his relationship was strained, and the writers were like, oh my god, that was like 15 years ago. Get over it. Like, the main protagonist is somebody else. It's not a TV host. It's someone that's in the online space, you know, because we're like 2018 now. Very sassy. And they're like, it has nothing to do with you. No worries. Poster comes out. Cell phone too. It's not friend group. So he's getting so mad. He was so. And at the same time, because all of the promotions are happening, they're like starting the production. Fun Being even posts, thanks to the directors for giving me Woo again, like giving me this character again. Hashtag cell phone 2 movie.
She has no idea, huh?
I think she probably had contractual agreements, and I also think
she just never guessed things will go down like that.
Yeah, I think like she's an actress, and it feels like he was more involved with the directors and the screenwriters being like, what the f*** you guys? Where she was an actress that wasn't even portraying him.
Yeah.
She was just in the movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But why the hell he targeted Fan Bingbing though?
That's a question I'd like to know too. After she posts this, he's off, and he cryptically tweets, or Weibos, one who dares to give is one who dares to receive. And he didn't at her. No one really connected the dots. It was just kind of like, ooh, he's probably mad about cell phone too, but we don't really know that it's Fan Bingbing. And then he posted a picture of her receiving the National Spirit Achievers Award for her acting in Cell Phone, the first movie.
From 15 years ago?
Yeah, so now it was very clear that he was upset at Fan Bingbing to thrive and build a career off of something that almost ruined his life, which it didn't ruin his life. Yeah. Like, he's fine. So I'm pretty sure Fan Bingbing saw it, but she ignored him because you don't want to engage because you don't know what's going to happen if you engage in something like that. And it's also not her problem. She's not the one that wrote it. She's not the director. She's not the producer. She was contractually obligated probably to post hashtag cellphone 2 movie. And she goes on to post a picture that day. Pictures of her on set for Cell Phone 2. And she captioned it, on set for Cell Phone 2, I'm excited. And Jung was livid. He posted, one who dares to ask dares to give. Like, he's like posting cryptically again. He then proceeds to post a picture of a contract that Fan Bingbing signed that showed that she was getting paid $1.4 million for a movie she had done. They're commenting, this society is so perverted. A celebrity's income is even better than some small companies. Look at these people, millions, tens of millions, and it's like a game to them. Celebrities are disgusting, eat the rich. A regular farmer would never make any of that amount, even if he worked his entire life. $1 million, how many lifetimes would I have to work to get that type of money? So overall, people were like, that's disgusting how much she's getting paid. $1.4 million for a movie. And then people started kind of sympathizing with him, and they said, you know, we don't even understand what he went through 15 years ago. Like, we'll never be in his shoes. Like, this is probably really traumatic for him. Nobody was really mad at him for posting that. Then on May 28th, 2018, he made another Weibo post and captioned it, you don't have to perform, you're disgusting. The next day, he would post the series of pictures that would completely end Fan Bingbing's career as she knew it. He said, try and guess one person is acting. Why are there 2 contracts? So there's one actor. Why are there 2 contracts for one actor? We call this the one big, one small, or the yin and yang contracts. They're not afraid of exposing the small one because $1.4 million for a movie? I mean, people are mad, but it's not the worst. But there's a hidden contract that never gets exposed, and that one is worth $5 million. So he said $6 million. And on top of that, after taking $6 million secretly, so $5 million in secret, unpaid taxes. Okay, so let me explain yin and yang contracts, right? Basically, in Chinese law, I don't know if we have this in Hollywood, but you can only give a certain percentage of the movie production costs to the actors and actresses. So this makes sure that you can't pay an actor and actress an obscene amount of money.
Like, you can pay the most of your budget to the actor, so it has to be appropriate.
Yeah, so it has to be a small, like, percentage. There's, like, a legal limit. So what these actors and actresses will do is, let's say you are signing a movie, and I say, okay, on this official contract that I'm going to give to the government and show people and keep in my records, you get paid $1 million. We're legally good. Here, sign it. And then we have an under-the-table contract.
Just to make it clear, so what it means is that, let's say you're the actress, you want $10 million, but the budget for the movie is $15 million. Now, if people find out that I pay $10 million to you and only $5 million to produce the movie,
and like
people
the crew,
will be...
Yeah.
Exactly. So what they do is $15 million is the budget, they will pay you 1 million and then pay you the rest of 9 million in a separate contract. And then pay the rest of the 14 million to the crew. So you still get a giant cut, giant amount of money, but on paper you only got 1 million.
Yeah.
So the percentage doesn't seem crazy to people.
I think if that were the only situation, it may have been fine. Maybe she would have gotten canceled by the public. But this is where it went wrong. It doesn't matter what country you're in. It really doesn't matter. You don't with the IRS. Because that hidden contract is not just hidden from the public, it's hidden from Uncle Sam. She paid no taxes on this, and she probably did this for every single movie and or show once she got big. Insane. So people were already mad that she was getting paid $1.4 million. They found out that she's evading taxes and getting paid $6 million, and he exposed she was on set for 4 days. He said, for this movie, for $6 million, you were on set for 4 days. I don't know how he knows this. The contracts apparently were pretty easy to get. They're like an industry thing. Everyone knows that they're yin and yang contracts, but no one goes out and brings it to the public because why would you do that? Everyone's getting paid from yin and yang contracts. Like everybody's winning and profiting. So why would you bring it to attention to the authorities or to the public? So Fan Bingbing responded, and it was kind of a very bland response. It was a very legal response. Like definitely her lawyer wrote this. They stated that this was defamation, and the man kept posting evidence of more things.
No way.
Yeah, and on June 3rd, it got so bad the Chinese tax authorities stated they will be investigating tax evasion practices in the film and TV industry, the whole industry. Huayi Entertainment stocks plummeted. Yeah, and Fan Bingbing had been working with over 120 brands as their ambassador, like Cartier, L'Oreal, Adidas, Chopard, Mercedes-Benz, literally everything. And she made like $28 million from brand deals alone in like a year. She would often charge like $4 million a brand deal, and they all started cutting ties with her. Like it was like, you know, the Chinese cancellation. The brands drop, and then the government comes for you, and you literally are ghosted. So that's kind of what happened. So October 2018, tax authorities stated that Fan Bingbing was being fined $123 million US for tax evasion. Now here's the insane part. She paid it back.
It was like the biggest fine in the history, right?
Yes!
$130 million and...
She said, babe, get me my checkbook, okay? It said that she had to sell properties, and her husband also sold a few assets to help pay for the $123 million. But what's really f***ed up is in 2019, they divorced. So I don't know what happened there. But Fan Bingbing posted an apology for her wrongdoings, paid it off, and she kind of went dark for a while. I think it's like that period where you just have to let people get over it. I don't know if the Chinese government is like letting her back. I don't know it's kind of like she's slowly making a comeback, so she is appearing on social media. She's not ghosted anymore. In 2021, she slowly starts coming out. And she would show up not in China, but on magazines all over East Asia, Southeast Asia. People said that she was collecting magazine covers. She would just, all of them. South Korea, literally everywhere but China. Okay?
No way.
Everywhere but China. And then she started killing it with the red carpet looks. She was at the Cannes Film Festival recently, this one too. She was at the Oscars recently, this year too. Killing it. She's gotten into the good graces of a few different brands again. And people have mixed reviews. Some people say, you know, we should give her a chance because it's not like she hurt us. And then other people say, yes, she did because she evaded taxes. And she's already rich and she's evading taxes. It's kind of like eat the rich. Why would you support that? But then some people are saying, well, everyone was doing it, so why wouldn't she do it? Do you really think that if you were in her position, you wouldn't do it? So it's like been a very big debate on how people feel about it. She took the hit when probably every single male actor too in that cell phone movie, they probably do yin and yang contracts. Yeah. But she was specifically targeted, and that makes me a little enraged. I get it. Like, technically, she did do something wrong, so of course she was exposed for it. But still, I think the fact that he went after her specifically, yeah.